Hello and welcome everybody to my new podcast episode. My name is Cathi and I'm a coach for the twin flame process and for your personal growth. First of all, happy new year to all of you, wherever you are and whenever you hear it. Happy New Year. May all your wishes for the next year come true. And I hope you are healthy and everything is fine, and 2022 is a great year for you. Yes, in this episode I want to talk about the so-called runner and the chaser in the twin flame process, who is who and what it is about, what does it mean. And if you want to have some more information, you can have a look at our website www.twinflamelove.de, and on the right side in the line above there you can switch the language into English so that you are able to read our offers for you. And my offer is that I can go in your energy field if you agree with it and solve all your problems you may have, and not only about your twin flame. It's all about health, about money, about your growth, about your job and everything else. It doesn't matter which problem you have. I can go in your energy field and have a look at your themes and solve the problems with the help of the universe. And the other possibility is that we have a coaching and I can give you some tips, some do's and some don'ts, and whatever you may need in this situation. We can meditate together and go through your themes and all of it. So don't hesitate to ask. You can write an email to info@twinflamelove.de or have a look at our Instagram account. The account name is twinflamelove2021. So that's enough for now, and have fun with the new episode. You will always find the words runner and chaser if you are researching something about the twin flame process. It is always like that. Runner and chaser principle. You will always find these words for it. And you have to know that the twin flame process is a concept. It is a concept of mind. And one day there was a person who realized that she or he met the twin flame and produced this concept. And this concept is from our mind, and it is important to know that our mind needs these concepts because we think like that. We think in concepts. We want to understand everything. We want to, get to know to everything. And it is important for our mind to understand the things like that. And also the words runner and chaser are in this concept. So I would like to give you an overview about who is who in the process. There's one person who gets a step back, who retreat, who goes away, and that is the runner. And then there's one person who is running after him, who you all may also know push and pull and all these words for it. So there's a person who goes away and the other person is running after him or her and doesn't know what's going on right now. Sometimes you will find these words, sometimes you will find another definition for it. It doesn't matter, it is all the same. And in the end, I will tell you something about my story through the runner and the chaser. So at first, there is the runner. Who is it? The runner is a person who is always in his or her mind. It is a person who is more in the head than in the heart. And it is more male energy. And it doesn't matter if it is a male or a female person, it is more the male energy at this part and at this time in the process. It is a person who is used to achievements and performance. This person is always a high performer, yes, and wants to achieve very much in his or her life, has to be strong, has to be good in everything that he or she is doing. And if they achieve something, they are recognized. So they have the appreciation they want, they search the appreciation in the outside, and they are used to it, and there are no emotions. Very often the persons are not used to emotions and emotional feelings. It is always a logical and rational person, and that means that he or she has no real access to his or her feelings. So if there are feelings and they feel that somebody is in his or her life and now they open the heart and they get to know that, oh, there are feelings for someone, and wow, what is it and how could that be? And then there's a point where the runner gets fear. In that moment, he is in his mind and he doesn't think with the heart, he does think, or she, with his or her mind. And then the heart is closed again, and the runner is going away, because he know that if he has an open heart or if he stay in contact with you, he could be hurt, and that is not what he or she wants. Yeah, it is like he runs away or he goes away if there are too much feelings from you and from the outside, from if you say too much, oh, I love you so much, or whatever, because you know that he could be hurt, and that is what he don't want in his life. He don't want to be hurt because he has a very high counter mirror. So his fear is the fear to be hurt and the fear to lose you. He is not used to it, that there is a person who can look in the inside of his heart or her heart, and he doesn't know what's going on because the counter mirror does not exist for the chaser. Yeah, and that's what makes him fear, and what is the cause to run away for him or her. Yeah, that's the one side. And on the other side, there's the chaser. And the chaser is more in the female energy. It is a person who thinks with the heart. And it is more in the chakras, in the above the body. That means from the heart chakra to the crown chakra. And the runner is more in the chakras below. That means from the root chakra to the sacral chakra. And because he is or she is more in the financial and material dimension, he or she wants appreciation and achievements, and in a financial way or in a material way, and he or she is talking about and what's his or her radiation. And that is where he or she gets self-worth because of the achievements. Yeah. And the chaser, back to the chaser, has a very high empathy, and the chaser can feel the other person. Very often the chaser has learned in the childhood to be brave, to say always yes, and the chaser has problems to show the boundaries. That means the chaser is in a relationship often a person who to bend himself or herself, and has to learn to show the boundaries and say, okay, till that point and not more. And that's it for me. So the lesson is to learn to stand to your boundaries and to let go. The runner is going away and say maybe he needs time, or he has to deal with all the intensity and with all the things you triggered. Mostly he will not, or she will not say, so I need time, I have to go away from you and have time with myself so that I can be with myself and know what this is all about. Mostly it is like he or she is going away and that's it. And he will or she will not give you the chance to prepare this step. He or she is away and that's it. And there's no contact. And that's the thing that causes you pain and you didn't know. So, hello, what's going on? It was the paradise on earth. It was the unconditional love. And now everything is over. And that's what really causes you pain, what causes you fear. There are so many fears. And this is what you project on the other persons. You don't want to feel it. You don't want to go through it. You don't want anything of that, pain or fear or what else. And now you try to look after the other person who causes you the fear, and now you want to compensate this fear, and you're going to stay in contact. The chaser is going to stay in contact or wants contact, and that's what causes stress in an energetic way. So the other person feels this on the other level. The person feels it, and that's when the runner don't want it. They don't want the stress on the other level, and that's what not helps in that situation. The runner needs the feeling that he or she miss you, and the feeling that he or she gets to know his own feelings and maybe can think about all the things he create in his or her life, which is everything about recognition or appreciation in the outside. And that's a process which can't come to a flow if the other person always say, oh, I don't want to lose you, here I am, hi, how are you, and so on. And the chaser has to learn that it is now time to be with you and yourself. You has to do what you want to do. You has to do where you can be happy. Some things you don't have to do what the other person wants, and you don't have to bend yourself in any relationship. And that's what is a process for both of you. It is a process to learn for both sides. And if the chaser can say, I live my life, I'm very happy in my life, and it's okay for me to be with you, and it's okay for me to be alone. And this is the feeling, which is a feeling on the energetic way, which the other person feels on an energetic level. He or she could not feel it with the mind, but it is on another level. You are connected all the time on the energetic level. And the other person wants that you are living in your highest potential you can be in this life. And on the other side, the chaser wants that the runner gets to know his highest potential in this life. So you both want the same. And there are so many triggers, and all the trigger comes up in this twin flame process. All the negative thoughts, emotions. It is your task to work with it on both sides of you. Mostly the feeling is, as I said before, the fear to be rejected, or the fear to lose you, or the fear to get to know really unconditional love. But every one of you has his own contact with these tasks. And if you are going through the process as the chaser and doing your work and doing everything to reintegrate the negative thoughts, emotions, look at them, and so on, you are not going to the runner and say, so I'm ready, here I am, now we can go through everything. That doesn't work. So the chaser has to let go the runner, and that means the chaser has to let go the runner, not because my mind is telling me, okay, yes, I let him or her go, it's okay for me, fine, bye. That is letting go from the mind. The chaser have to let go the runner from the deep of the heart. It is another level inside of you, and that means you have to let go all the expectations of relationships, of love, of your partner, and the expectations of what have to happen with you and the other person. It is the process of letting go the other person in the deep, deep inside of your heart. Yeah. And that is necessary because after letting go, not with the mind, with the heart, you can go a step towards each other. And this letting go was, for me, it was a, as we call it, game changer, because I knew if my twin flame wants to live with another person and we don't have a relationship, it is 100% okay for myself, for me. 100%. Even if I'm going to be alone, if I'm live my life alone, 100%. And that I really meant it from the bottom of my heart. I don't meant it from my mind, because I really meant it, like I said. And on the other side, my twin flame thinks the same for and wishes the same for me. We both had no expectations for each other, and that's the mood you have to be in, because on that point you can develop your relationship. And for me, it is important that I don't want to say that you can't have contact with your twin flame through the process. Never, ever, because that's not what I experienced. You can write, you can call, you can meet each other. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But it is important, if you are in contact, that every one of you knows that you have to deal with your tasks and that you have to work with your task and to let this negative emotions and so on go. You have to be aware of what's going on inside of you, and you have to be aware that your partner or your twin flame cannot be the one to project these negative thoughts and emotions and so on. It's just the thing that your twin flame triggers you and triggers all these negative thoughts and emotions, but it has nothing to do with the other person. It just has to do with yourself and your feelings inside of yourself and what comes up. Yeah. So now the question is, how can I work with these negative thoughts, emotions, themes, and so on? And it is very individual and very different, because please look after your intuition, and mostly the ones who listen to that podcast or to my episode are the ones who are the chaser. Because for the runner, everything is okay, because he closed his heart or her heart and doesn't have the feeling or don't want that anyone can touch him or her in an emotional way, and everything is fine. And that is mostly to the point when he or she is awakening. Yeah, there's an awakening in the runner also. And yeah, you can deal with all this pain and all these thoughts and feelings if you meditate, for example, or you do the emotional freedom technique, EFT, or EMDR, or other methods. You can also have a coach on your side, because sometimes it is necessary to have someone who can deal with this fear and who can deal with this pain you are going through. Yeah. Because you are the one who feels it and has to deal with it. And this pain and all the other emotions are not there to destroy you, yeah? They are there just to say, hello, here I am. You created me many, many years ago, and I always stand on your door and knocked on your door, but you don't want to see me, and here I am now, so can you just see me, love me, and then I can go? And that is what it is all about. Yeah, nothing is here to destroy you. Nothing is here that you can't relate to. You are wonderful. And if you have the power to go through it, to deal with this fear and to deal with all this pain you are having in your life because of your childhood or other things you had in your life, then yeah, go through it. That's the main point. Go through it, act. And then you will create a life of love, of unconditional love, of happiness, of freedom and abundance, and a life that you now and today cannot imagine. And it is really, really magic in this process. In my process, I had both of these sides in my person, and that's what you are going to experience maybe on the same way, because we are not one and the other, we always switch. And at the beginning of the process, I was the runner, and then I was the chaser, and I cannot clearly have a difference between both of it, but I wanted to tell you the main differences between it. I had to go from my twin flame because I wanted to deal with all these emotions, with this intensity. I want to go away because I couldn't stand it. I had so much fear to I thought about not being worth of it and so on. There were so many themes that comes up because of my twin flame, and I to that time I meditated in my negative thoughts, emotions for 1.5 years. Yeah. And it was a booster for my spirituality and my personal growth. So then I switched the roles because I had to deal with my emotions. But that is what I'm going to tell you. You're always both of it. Sometimes we can say, okay, he or she is the runner and you are the chaser right now, but you have both sides in yourself, because you have to deal with emotions, you have to deal with fear, and this is the thing that both of you have in their lives. So I hope that you have an overview about the runner and the chaser and the twin flame process. I know that it is sometimes a little bit difficult to integrate all these different things and themes, but yeah, I hope that it helps you. As I said before, you can write a comment, you can write an email, or just have a look at our website. Thank you for listening. Bye.